Welcome back to our Stoney Creek journey. Thanks for joining us. We've been away for a couple of weeks. Went for a little holiday, which is always really nice. Had a few dramas on the farm. Unfortunately, we lost a ewe to a prolapse. Then we had a fox attack on the chickens. So that wasn't so good while we were away. But on the positive, lambing started and we've got lots of lambs and we haven't lost a lamb yet. So we'll show you what's been happening on the farm. Sadly, while we were away on holidays, there was a fence glitch and there was no one here for a couple of days. And we had some hens taken by a fox. This rooster was a bit worse for wear, but he looks like he's coming good. The neighbour came down to check everything and found that we lost about 12 hens. So I think I've still got a couple of Morans there and a couple of fuzzy wuzzies. Mama fuzzy wuzzy is gone, which I'm really sad about because I really loved her and she laid a beautiful big sort of greeny egg. But we've got still some brown eggs coming through, light browns and some olives. And now we'll have to rebuild the flock. But it was absolutely devastating because we were away and you get the phone call to say there's been a fox attack. First big attack we've had. We've had one chook taken early morning, but this was, a combination of fence glitch, nobody here, the dog not running around in the morning. We don't know when it happened, but really sad. But at least my roosters are still here, which is good because that means I can make some more babies. Yeah. So we've got a couple, Robert went and bought a new energizer because one of the fences only had a small energizer that didn't put out enough. So we've got two of these now, which is great. It's the 28th of October today, so nearly the end of the second month of spring, and we had a terrible frost last night, or this morning, minus 2.3 degrees. I knew it was coming. I saw it on the weather chart. I can't believe it because we actually haven't had a frost for probably 3 weeks, and it was just a mild one. So covered what we could. This is our mulberry tree because it's got beautiful mulberries on it. And last year the frost killed them all, and I'm hoping that they survived. But most importantly is my corn crop. I covered it with a frost cover and hopefully it's okay. Let's see how it's looking. There's only so much you can do. Oh, looks okay. And I did read somewhere if if their leaves are frozen, if you water them before the sun gets on them, it protects them a bit. But clearly your con don't like the frost. Look at them, they're all fizzled. They were bright green yesterday. Jerusalem artichokes don't care about the frost. They look just as healthy as they were. That's interesting. And this is a cover crop of oats that I'm just chopping down. A cover crop really, because eventually this will all be done in corn once the weather warms up. So we'll keep you posted on how the corn survives. I don't think it'll be dead, but I certainly think it will be stunted. Let's have a look at my strawberries. Covered as many of the strawberry beds as I could with frost covers and using a bit of shade cloth. But it was a bit windy, so they've come off, but hopefully it's saved a few. I'll show you what I got yesterday. These are the strawberries I managed to pick yesterday. Could have probably picked a few more, but should have, but didn't. They're starting to be a good size. So certainly getting more than we did this time last year. May not get as many for the next couple of weeks, but hopefully I'll save some of them.
I'm just in the home paddock and it's had a heavy grazing and it's still looking quite good, and I'm just doing a few cuts with the Yeomans in anticipation of a good rainfall, hopefully. We've had about 5 mil in October, and October, November is when we usually get a bit of a rainfall, good rainfall, and just in anticipation and to create a mini swale for water to penetrate and not run down across this landscape, because as you can see behind us we have quite a large catchment area, and I'll run some plough lines through that long paddock on the other side of the laneway there as well, just to bring some moisture into the ground in case we get a deluge. So I won't run them very close together. I've done this paddock twice already, but this is just in anticipation of getting a downpour, and I'll just do this part of the paddock over where the chicken caravans are in the distance. I'll leave that alone for the moment. There's lots of tree roots over there, and as I found out the first time I ploughed this paddock, I ripped up the main water line from the pump on the creek to the tank in the gardens and had to repair that. I know where that line is now, so I'll stay well clear of that. I finished with the Yeomans Plow. I've done about 10-12 rows down through this paddock, and now I've got a little spray unit on the back of the side by side, and that spray unit's got a lactobacillus bacteria mix that I made over the last couple of months, and it was about 20 litres in 120 litres of water diluted down, and it's also got about 5 litres of worm juice that I've also been collecting from our worm farms. So we'll give this a spray around. It won't take too long, just to go around the paddock and give it an inoculation, and then I'll start watering again. I've got some seed to go in as well. So we'll see how it turns out in a month or so. The girls are going in the cover crop. We just called them and they're all coming in here for half a day or so. And look at all the new lambs. Hello, Bubby. Oh, there might be a couple of new ones just up there on the hill. Over there, they look new. Look at that. Isn't that gorgeous? Hello, Willow. Enjoy, girls. Here's our 4 of our lambs that were born first that are little troublemakers. They're hanging out together. The other lambs are a little bit young, but they've obviously had their fill. There's one there. Oh, there's 2 there with the tail still on. Look at the size of that one. It's looking really good. Where's Mum? Just born. She was having a hard time of it, and I was nearly going to intervene, but she's delivered at this stage 1. I don't think there's another one. And while I'm standing here, little Yazuri has come up, started licking my arm. Hello, little one. You come to see what's happening. Have you? You're a funny thing. They're quite a jet black lamb. She's bossy, she's pushing on me. Having a scratch, are you? Hey. First steps. Come on, up you get. Spring rain's very interesting. Day 2 in the cover crop. Lots of lambs. I ran around last night chasing lambs with a crook and marked all of them, vaccinated, tailed, castrated the boys, and ear tags. So that was good fun. And I've got another paddock of this that I've opened up for them to chew on as well. So the plan is hopefully have them in here for 2-3 hours and then get them out. That's always a challenge, but they always come to a bucket or half a bale of hay. They're looking good. The Azurian spells are fighting over the mineral lick. And this is a block that I got for bloat, seeing as they're in all of this cover crop. And they self-regulate themselves, but they're pushing each other out of the... I need a bigger block. Now, girls. Little Valley wants a suck on it too. It's like a lollipop. Hello, Valley. Spells it doesn't want to share. Here comes old Whiteface, coming to say hello. Hello, old girl. Hello, darling. Hello. How are you? She hasn't lambed yet. Her daughter's lambed. There's 2 of our hoggets, which weren't in lamb. They're all coming to have a look. Hello, girl. Hello. Yeah, hello. You're pushing on me. Hello, darling. Hey, you're cute, aren't you? Hey? Yeah, good old girl. Spells us one out for the moment.
Time to let the girls back into the crop.
Whiteface has had a baby.
Oh, we've got a new lamb. Oh, Whiteface has just had her baby. She's had 2 little babies. Look, she's having its first drink. Just standing guard so that the cows don't mow her down.
Watch out for my baby. Hello. Hello.
In they come. They were moaning at us all day yesterday, wanting to come back in here. But we're just trying to do it sparingly. Here's Uri stumbling past. What have we got, babe? One looks quite small.
A girl and a boy.
A girl!
She has lovely babies.
Yeah, we haven't had a girl from her since Belle. The girl, the little one?
Yep.
She's trying to have a drink. Yeah, not long ago. Last night we tagged and tailed. Oh, here she is, yeah. She's coming to see her mum. This is her first ewe she had. And she's had a little boy this year. And we wondered when she was going to have her babies. She did look big enough for twins. She hasn't had twins. Oh, actually I think last year she had twins.
Last year she had twins.
Yeah, twin boys, didn't she?
Yeah.
So it's nice to have another little ewe that we get to keep. All right, team, what do you think? So yeah, we tagged and tailed all the lambs yesterday. So as of last night, we had 14 lambs. What was the total count? 4 that are a little bit older, that were born 6 weeks ago, and 2 more today, so that's 16. But they'll enjoy some nice food in here. And then the trick is trying to get them out. That's a bit trickier. Enjoy, girls.
This is Whiteface's 2 lambs, and this one here in front of me, he's quite strong and able, but this little one was very much on the small side and didn't have much of a suck. And yesterday we thought she might not make it, so we've been supplementing her with a bit of bottled milk, and she's doing a lot better now. She's got a lot more energy. She was jumping around last night, but this is just to give her a little bit extra. And now one of my nephew's little girls, Esme, named these guys, and this one's Clover, and she is so cute, and the other one over there is Tilly. So hopefully we've caught this one in time and she's going to survive, because Whiteface does have beautiful lambs, and because she's a Whiteface Suffolk over a Blackface Suffolk, they come out with these cute little multicoloured heads, as you can see with Tilly there. Here you go, Bubby. Here you go. And she's just a tiny tot, but she was so hollow yesterday that and not very strong. But you're coming good, aren't you? Hey, you're beautiful. As you can see, there's lots of flies starting around because of the moisture and the cow poo and the sheep poo everywhere. We've put up our fly catchers, but we'll have to be on lookout for fly strike as well with the sheep. There you go, Bubby.
Go and have a bit of mum.
Mm.